How long does probate take in Alabama? Best case scenario, you're probably looking at 8 to 12 months start to finish. It can be a lot longer, and we're going to go into the reasons behind that answer and in much more depth right now. So, a probate in Alabama, when a will or an estate is probated, there's a few components of that probate, and we'll talk about each of them just briefly. The first is the opening phase. This is getting the necessary documents together, including the petitions, waivers, answers of the heirs, and of course the last will and testament, batching it all together in a nice organized format to submit to the judge of probate in the county in which the person whose estate you're trying to probate passed away, where they resided when they passed away. The open phase involves coordinating a lot of documents amongst heirs of the deceased, family members, and then, of course, the probate court as well. The next phase of the estate process is known as the creditor claims phase. This is the period of time during which an estate must sit open, giving creditors the ability to come forward and file a claim against the estate. That would be like if someone or some company said, "Sorry for your loss, but by the way, mom owed me money and I'm filing a claim against the estate." Not a super fun process, not really what we want to be dealing with when we lose a loved one, but that is the law, and those creditors do have rights under the law. So that phase is 6 months in Alabama, and there's nothing you can do about that. So the absolute minimum that an estate is going to sit open in Alabama is 6 months. So if someone says they're going to get your probate closed in 4 months, turn around, walk out of the room. 6 months, absolute minimum. The next phase is the distribution phase. This is when we're taking assets from the estate and moving them into the name or names of the beneficiaries. This could involve moving retirement accounts. It could be involving beneficiary deeds, or of course, closing on the sale of a house owned by the estate. The next phase is the closing phase. And this is, of course, the final phase. This is when we're doing the final accounting, showing all the beneficiaries and heirs, what monies went in and out of the estate. Of course, after we've handled creditor claims, whether we've settled them, challenged them, what have you, and then getting another batch of documents together, organizing it, getting signatures from heirs and interested parties, and submitting it to the probate judge. So these four phases comprise generally how most probates run. What are some factors that might impact how fast or slow a probate proceeding goes in Alabama? Well, the first one is probably the one you guessed, and that's family dynamics. So family dynamics can absolutely impact how fast an estate can go or how slow an estate can go. And the simple rule is the less your kids fight, the faster the probate will be. The more they fight, the longer the probate will be. Another factor is whether you have minor children who are heirs or you have incapacitated individuals who are heirs. In these cases, the law says since they are a part of the probate proceeding, but they cannot represent themselves due to the fact that they're either incapacitated or a minor, the law must appoint an attorney to represent their interests in the proceeding. And if you're wondering, yes, that attorney does charge. That's one of the reasons people like to avoid probate court, is to avoid all these court delays and court fees. Another factor is the assets and debts in the estate. If the estate has a lot of different assets, like a business and a house and a retirement account, and God forbid, a timeshare, you're looking at a longer process to get all those assets handled. Additionally, if the estate has a lot of debts, then you're looking at a longer process to, again, get the estate handled. But in a state where there's a house, the contents of the house, and limited debts, that's going to be a more efficient estate administration. The last factor that can impact the speed through which you get to go through probate is actually the probate judge of that county. Some counties in Alabama and North Alabama where we help clients, they require a lot of in-person hearings, whether there's a contest or not. Other counties allow the judge to do what we call rule on the pleadings, which is if your lawyer does their job right and batches all the documents together in an organized fashion and lays out the case for the probate judge, the judge might rule on those pleadings that your lawyer submitted and not drag everybody to court. As you can tell, I'm kind of a fan of that. We mostly don't bill hourly, so I'm a fan of when we can be efficient and pass those savings onto our clients. So those are some of the factors that can affect how fast a probate gets done in Alabama. I hope you found this video helpful.